for a gingerbread house competition taking place right here in downtown Phoenix. Heidi has the latest.
Hey guys, we are back downtown at the Sheraton this morning where they have this big competition going on with students from the Cordon Bleu Academy, and it's all about gingerbread houses. We showed you some of those masterpieces about 30 minutes ago, and now we're going to get some tips on how to do something similar right at home, and it looks easier than we think it is.
Okay, well, we got all kinds of neat tricks and tips for making your gingerbread houses, and obviously it's a great fun project to do with the kids,
Right.
or even adults love it. So if you look here, I've got some cookies. If you want to be simple and you don't want to construct the house, go with something like this. Very simple, just gingerbread rolled out and cut into whatever shapes you like. I took a egg wash with red food dye in it and brushed it on the gingerbread before it goes in the oven. And then you just bake it till it's...
And then it has that nice red color.
And it gets this nice red shiny surface on it.
Now let me ask you really quickly, I'm looking at a lot of people buy those kits that you can get at Michael's or Costco or whatever, and they come with the frosting piping, but you guys, this shiny glue, for lack of a better word, what is that?
Okay, well that's one of my tricks that I use. It's a lot easier to glue the house together with sugar, as opposed to the royal icing, which takes hours to dry.
Well, and sometimes I feel like it doesn't dry and it all starts sliding apart. Yeah.
So I took sugar and you cook it to 340 degrees.
So
now it's more dangerous. You can't do that around the kids. It's extremely hot.
So you boil it, you make
sugar and water, and you cook it to 340. And then you dip your gingerbread in it and stick it together, and it dries, and it's like cement.
It's like a brick house, pretty much. Okay, let's talk about some of the adornments you have on here. This is nothing that I would see in a traditional grocery store. Where do you have to go, well, except for maybe the licorice, where do you have to go to get some of these items?
Well, obviously you can go down your grocery store aisle, be creative. I mean, go down the candy aisle, and trust me, there's all kinds of things there that just once you take them out of the wrapper, I'd have to be in the aisle, but you can come up with some cool creative things. Also, there's a local bakery store that sells a lot of this fancier, some of these.
I want to point out some of these paints or the coloring, because you said some of these are made with vodka.
Okay, so for painting on gingerbread, which is a really fun technique, you just take a powdered food dye, which you can find either online or in a specialty bakery store, and you mix it with a clear alcohol, vodka or grain alcohol. The reason being, if you mix it with water, it's going to sog out your gingerbread. If you mix it with the alcohol evaporates, leaving you just the color. So, I mean, you can just paint
right on there.
Paint right on there.
And these are little chocolate balls that you say what'd you say you rolled these in, a luster or something?
Yeah, I rolled them in an edible luster dust.
That sounds very fancy, by the way. Okay, so those are some tips for you. We're going to have more information on our website, but hopefully this is inspiring some people to get creative and have some fun with your gingerbread. And one thing I did want to point out, the shapes of these things, she said some of these are just scraps from when she made her cookies. So you can just take your scraps and glue them together and come up with who knows what. Guys, we'll send it back to you.